What is this video? Dantes rap video?
Today we are
Chico, they've
talking
every
about
sub.
Dantes,
Swiss, LFC, Bic and both have all these subs.
aka the guy who sucked face with Selena Gomez on TV, aka the guy whose original username according to Twitch incels was an unlawful promotion of butt sex, aka the headless horseman, the demonetized demon, the quite possibly worst World of Warcraft player I have ever seen, who has recently taken on a challenge near and dear to my cold heart.
I'm gonna be doing an ADC challenge.
Now, as a hard-stuck right-clicker myself who has been assured through therapy on a regular basis that I should hold my head up high because it's always support diff, I've been hate watching this douche canoe blow past my rank, treating his Twitter page like the back room of—
Wait, this is like all of you watching me. How I've outranked all of you. And I've climbed to Diamond 4, playing the worst role in the game, getting trolled all these games. This is extremely relatable to most of the hate watchers in the chat. Okay.
Bed Bath & Beyond with the amount of freaking soap boxes I'm seeing on there, but the latest one made me curious. This boils down to a tankier Vayne build that goes against the mouth-breathing meta followers who autopilot on hit items every game, and his reasoning behind it is this:
play in a way where you don't get one shot, and as long as you don't get one shot, you're able to carry the game for your team.
Now he's been receiving more hate than a young red pill sneako at a feminist convention for this build, yet he's climbing and announcing his victories from that same back room on Twitter. So today I figured I would analyze his sauce in action and then try it myself in my own hard-stuck hell on earth that I'm stuck in. He starts by saying this:
ADC players have a very bad autistic fixation on DPS. This is their problem. They feel like if they're doing less damage per second, that it's bad. But imagine I'm playing this game, right? And I'm against Azir, Shaco, and Zed. The only thing I need to do this game is survive long enough for my Lulu to ult me, and then we win the fight. You see what I mean? But it's like ADC players are gonna sit there, right? And they're gonna be like, oh dude, no. If I'm doing 200 less damage per second on 6 items, but I'm surviving 5 seconds longer, that's bad. Like they don't actually understand the game. And Void, them to get free shot. I have 15,000 hours in League of Legends. I can look at League of Legends, I can play a single game on a champion, right? And I can sit there and I can say, I know exactly what this champion needs to 1v9. And I'm intelligent enough that I can look at what their kit provides, and just by these two things, I'm able to say, I know what to build on this champ, right? Like this.
As I get higher rank, my win rates are literally scaling higher and higher and higher. You know what I mean? There's a reason why.
And I'm thinking, yeah, because at your rank you have a Lulu so far up your ass there's constantly more bubbles on you than a bathtub overdosing on soap, and that he just doesn't understand what happens to an account that has 300 games in silver where the Fizz supports roam wild. Will you engage because you have a gank incoming only for them to bait you harder than a jizzing dick as you are stuck having to cosplay Gosu for the next 30 seconds, clenching your ass cheeks so hard they cramp just to get an even trade?
Dude, what elo is this?
Where your frontliner pops his ghost to get back to lane faster. Where games are decided not on which team played the better game, but rather which team didn't have the person that rage quit.
Dude, I'm telling you guys, 80 carry is a nightmare role to play. Nightmare role, by the way. Insane. Insane. Can't say this about any of the role.
But he did travel through this piss pit low on his journey, so I was here to learn.
I'm literally carrying every single game through mechanics alone.
Same.
Dude, why is this guy calling me a fucking homo?
Then in addition to building different, you also play different, like instead of farming bot lane safely and scaling, he opts to go mid and play games of cat and mouse with half the enemy team in between their towers 9 minutes into the game.
Holy fuck, bro.
But who am I to doubt the strategy of someone who is so committed to this game that he names his pets after champions?
You mean?
What?
That said,
Oh
he does
my
return to his
God.
hometown as I observe how he responds to receiving a gank from his jungler. He drapes his nutsack over the chomping bear traps, which, judging by his TikTok, I'm guessing
You're
is
trolling.
a fetish of his or something, before deep throating the fat Mexican midgets Bon, contributing a whopping 3 auto
Okay,
attacks
nice.
to the effort, to which I'm thinking maybe when it comes to ADC, the less you actually participate in the game, the better.
Yeah. Dude, you know, the less you do, you win. I said this. I realized this too.
Side note, he unironically got more last hits when he was AFK. Anyways, he comes back from what I can only assume was him telling his mom about the fat shit he took this morning or something, and immediately decides to make his opening move in this next battle, a series of hungry hippoing every enemy skill shot.
Comes back
But
and
I
dies
guess never doubt a
instantly.
gooner when it comes to edging, as he re-engages one Bard's far away from death and wins the Oscar for Best Supporting Actor in the film entitled Lulu Cuffed My Ballsack. But jokes aside, watching his VODs, there's no shortage of base takes he was spitting about ADCs.
Scaling runes for ADC are just very fake. Because if you're getting to a point where you're like late game as an ADC, whether you're like 5% more powerful or not doesn't matter.
And you do see he's way more useful than a normal one-item Vayne, who would have to be sweating more than a blind lesbian at a fish market just to have any agency at this point in the game. But with infinite phage procs, a bit of HP and ninja tabis, he's not at a risk of getting blown up like the sex doll in his own closet, so he can play like a total dipshit and succeed. Second item, Hexblade, gives him the ult cooldown reduction to look a bad decision in the eyes and tumble deeper into danger while having just enough beef to thrive in the chaos, unlike the Kraken Slayer Vaynes in the stands who would die to a Shaco sneeze. And so I guess the argument is he is surviving mid-game fights long enough to expedite reaching his end-game build. And I can't tell if Emerald is just where the bonobo apes live or if a bit of health gear makes no one bother focusing him, but it lets him be the first high elo ADC to use his flash aggressively as he helps take down the split chlamydia-ridden sperm cell before reuniting with his team to herd dog a bunch of other enemies back towards their fountain. The more I watch the way he plays, the more I want to call him an absolutely boosted dipshit, and to his credit I am thinking a normal ADC would have died 16 times over again, but like a young Riley Reid he says I can do this because I have plan B. Which in this case looks to be get bailed out by his Lulu, and I'm thinking that's just dumb luck, but if we rewind back to loading screen it turns out it's all part of his strategy.
The only thing I need to do this game is survive long enough for my Lulu to ult
Dude,
me,
should I be
and then
playing
we
this?
win the fight. You see what I mean?
Is this an elo hack? Tank Vayne with Lulu?
Nice.
And I've also learned not to be the one to call him bad.
Man, you badass ADC. Yo, Yusef, you what's your PGG? Go. Type username and hashtag. Let's go, Yusef. Yusef TR. Fucking.
See, you guys think I fucking complain? As AD carry, you get so many dumb losses, and people say the stupidest shit to you, and it's like I'm not crazy. I'm serious. I feel like I'm more chill than most people. Believe it or not, I really am. It's
Gold for turkey typing this shit.
So I guess at this point, instead of being a glass cannon that has to play front to back and rely on having one of those mythical non-brain dead frontliners, he just goes straight flanky Frankie and straight to the back like a beefcake while putting the ass in assassin tactics. And because the enemy bird Hitler can't just two-tap him like a normal Vayne, he survives long enough to come out on top, and after hate watching for days. This seemingly sloppy strategy is what's winning him most of his games, and thus I had to try it myself. But the thing is, my gameplay was going to look a bit different. I have literally zero mastery on this tumbling twat, and before the games start I almost always have at least 3 fingers on my wiener, so shit like this happens.
gotta avoid that bush. Oh.
Early on I staple their skeleton to the wall, but he knows my weakness is a good hooker, so I get in a bit of a pickle. But I will say, if I would have had the components of Kraken Slayer instead of ABF sword here, I definitely would have been a fire that midget fighter could put out, but the extra damage early felt nice. It also helped that this Thresh's parents are siblings as well. I finished my first item and decided the hopping bitch wasn't worth the effort, so I would just fight front to back, and with the attack speed procs it did feel nice bullying the slow kid in lane. This left that jizz puddle from Tacoma FD orphaned under tower, so I hit her with a little push back to base bitch combo, and things were feeling nice until I learned that a steel-toed ninja could just crawl out of people's assholes mid-fight, so it wasn't all rainbows and shower sex at this point. But that said, with Ninja Tabi and a few health components I could treat this Triss attacks like an ugly hose DMs and just ignore them while fucking her friend, which I guess I shouldn't brag about because that friend was letting just about anyone tap that ass, and so even though the first game was an easy win, I never reached full enough build, plus my mid laner's performance was being commentated by Barney Stinson.
Legend? Wait for it. Dairy!
Game 2 would be a better test, as you can see my top laner's attempt at a pre-game proxy push. You could just hear that pussy saying something about the bouse as he dies after killing a single fucking minion like a dipshit moron. That said, we were against a Heimerdinger Fiddlesticks bot lane to which I figured the KG's path in Dante's quasi-troll build would cook against, but unfortunately karma is a bitch and mine was a dumb one, so this wasn't gonna be easy.
This
When
guy
she wasn't
doesn't
around, the
flash
hay
in
bag
there?
was kept horny, but the second he hit 6 I was the victim of constant surprise parties.
Oh god.
She was constantly playing 12 feet behind me with a bowl of popcorn as I'm Uber eating some degree whole body because I'm
nice.
sweating my
Get
wet
in there.
dick off to carry this lane, and even though the build was coming along I couldn't think straight when all I could hear was
Nice.
Ally has been slain. An ally has been slain.
Is Rav is super hard stuck gold? I mean, even watching him for like 5 seconds, these are pretty glaring mistakes where you have to flash in and kill there.
At one point this scarecrow went double sucking and out-healed my damage. I was about to pull up my DMs and send Dantes a picture of my asshole with the comment, "This is what I think about your build," but I got distracted from the sounds in my head continuing.
I'm about to play Vayne today. I'm about to bring Vayne back
It
with the
turns
Dantes
out I
build.
could survive things like Jarvan the Third's son inviting me on a play date, but I couldn't seem to keep the color on my screen enabled as it constantly felt like we were getting caught off guard, which may or may not have had to do with the fact that Karma's a bitch and mine was both dumb and had the lowest vision score in the game. So if you remember, this was my front line and this was my support.
What is
This
vision
wasn't
score?
going to save me. But then I remembered a quote from Dantes.
I have a dream.
And so I kept playing with the build, improving my Vayne mechanics.
Yo, what the fuck is this? Oh my god, what is this picture? I have a dream that one day ADC players will itemize correctly, that they will judge how good a build is not by its DPS, but rather by how long it enables them to do damage for. That bruisers and assassins will look at us and think, damn, they're a problem. Not because our team allows us to survive through peel and shields, but rather because we have become self-sufficient on our own. It's time to further that dream into reality. The Diamond Plus grind begins now. How has his Diamond grind been since trying this?
And so I kept playing with the build, improving my Vayne mechanics, until I could understand what his dream meant, and I was ready to show the world how far I had come and how itemizing correctly on an ADC is overpowered. With a fully charged command
What the fuck is Urgot?
out in my favor.
What? What is this champion? But hooked him from 40 yards away.
I was fed and at
Jesus
no risk of
Christ,
getting one
that's
shot, which was
sickening.
more liberating
That
than
is
sleeping
sickening, that's
commando, as
crazy.
I didn't rely on any front line or any support, and I could just let my balls fall wherever they wanted.
Chain his twink ass up. Bro, what are you... What?
I chased down any red health bar knowing that there wasn't a single threat that could stop me. With almost 3k health I could still melt
Yo,
tanks, and
what?
so with a bit of practice all my games were starting to look this way, and I hate to say it, but Dantes and his stupid build was actually genius. Genius enough to get me promoted to the highest I'd been all season.
Fucking Gold Ford Turkey typing this shit.
I'm hard stuck. That's what all the hate.
Oh my god. Skeeto to that 5 gifted. Tommy to that sub. This dude's got 3 different keybinds to attack people. 3 different binds, and I'm right clicking. Shit is insane. Ass? Guys, this guy's actually insane. I used to watch this guy's videos. Now I can actually, when I watch League videos, I can kind of understand what I'm looking at. Pilaf, did that resub? Pang with the vet sub? I use Z. I have a stop move on Z. That's actually really important too. Just for a lot of like random dodging and movement, just fully stopping where your character is. It's like really ideal, especially in creep waves and shit. No, we haven't watched the Killdozer video. What even is that? What's this video? Holy fuck, what even is this? Look how much faster this is. Look at the bottom one compared to the top one, and this is the difference of attack move. Trying to click it yourself versus the bottom. This guy is just getting 50 more autos off on you, and just this guy is just it's so much fucking harder. He's literally clicking in the same spot too, like, so it's so much easier to just walk, and it's like crazy. You just start gliding on him, you get way more attacks off. It's crazy. Oreos in that sub, PB in that sub. I mean, you could literally just watch any pro player play, and when they do this shit, it's like, dude, how the fuck are... It'll never be that smooth if you're only right-clicking. It's crazy. It's so insane. Movement prediction? What does that even do? But yeah, that's like a big deal. Snake Eyes in that sub. Doritos in that sub. This guy can kite on 9 attack speed. What is this? This guy's level 26? What is this game? It's just so much fucking easier. Like, do you think this guy's right clicking everything? How is he doing this? It's because he's attack moving. Like, you could never do this right clicking ever in your life. You will never do this. It's like, that's the difference. That's how these people can do this. Like, he's literally just putting his mouse wherever he wants, and he's just moving. He's not missing any autos. He's just tweaking on them. And people are saying you can do this with the right click only. It's like, what? What are we talking about? That's why I said that shit is cheating, bro. I thought it was like it was too broken. I was like, this is overpowered. See, all this shit is so fucking sweaty, bro. What does Callista even look like? Callista 1v5. Callista pentakill. Is it, who is this? Is this somebody? This looks pretty troll. Callista is so insanely hard to play. I hated when that champion was good. Can't even see this shit's lagging, bro. If you ain't sweating, you ain't trying. Yeah, I already don't even want to change my binds. Like, it's already over. It's crazy. Pro Callista. Pro Callista. What 5 million Callista mastery points looks like. Let's see, what does this guy look like? This champion was so troll. Yeah, this is just ridiculous. Yeah, bro. Like, it's just ridiculous. It's just fucking ridiculous. Like, that champion is so fucking hard to play. It's actually a joke. It's just a joke. It's actually so crazy. Double lift, Callista, pentakill. What is this? What is this? What is this video quality? This is old school right here. Dude, this champion is so fucking hard. Like, if you've never tried to play it, you should try to play Callista and just see what it feels like. It's actually just terrible. It's such a bad design champion. Faker's ADC, Gumayusi. This is what I'm saying, guys. Do you see what the game looks like when these people are playing? It's like they're not right clicking. That's the reason when they're moving and fucking scripted and it looks like they're literally cheating. It's like they're spamming the attack move click. The attack. That's what that circle is. Nobody is right clicking. Who is making the argument that right clicking is like good or something? I'm gonna have to actually get this bind. Are they just rage baiting and trolling? They have to be trolling, right? Like, I swear, you watch any of these people play, it's like, dude, this is just fucking insane. These guys, this is crazy. Roads in that resub. So insane. This is Exhibit A. My support is a fucking idiot. What? How the fuck could this moron let this happen? Look at this. Where is he running? Where the fuck is this guy going? I'm going for the fucking farm. Go down. You're fucking dead, bro. Run into the Lulu. Like, where are you going? Idiot.